welcome back to another episode of A Magic You. My name is Yulisa, and I am your host for this podcast. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are not new here, welcome back. Today is going to be kind of a quick episode, and I do apologize, but as you guys know, life is busy. I have been doing my absolute best, I'm sure as everyone else has, trying to juggle this crazy life. But truly, I've been trying my best to juggle everything. And although I've taken a step back from seeing as many clients as I once was like a month ago, and really focusing on permanent makeup and managing our 3 businesses, as well as just helping wherever I am needed at home. And again, either with Ty or at the studio, trying to juggle everything. And with galas and just awesome fun things. There's just been so much. There has been so much, and I quite literally still feel like a chicken with its head cut off. Am I feeling a bit better? Yes. I've been resting a lot more. I've been home trying to organize my life for what seems like I haven't even been here in this house for about 5 years. And what I mean by that is it's just been here to sleep and shower and then go back to work. Here to sleep, shower, go back to work. I haven't done any renovations or things like that besides like recently starting up on things, and this year really. This house has been filled with things since Ty and I first moved in together like 8 years ago, and we were starting out with nothing. We, thrifted everything, and there's nothing wrong with that. Buying things new, secondhand, everything just mismatched, and for the longest time, our house has been the same, and I have completely outgrown the items that we use to fill the home. I bring this up because I hope that this is going to relate to whoever it needs to, and whoever is listening to this needs to hear this as well. If you feel like you're in a season of change, of a confusing time, of slowing down yet speeding up in a different area and changing your life, then I am exactly here with you. And this also could be different aspects of life. Where mine is home and work, yours might be work and personal life, or different friend groups and things like that. It's okay to outgrow certain things, but it is so important to trust your intuition and knowing when something is no longer serving you, no longer fitting you. Say thank you, give it your gratitude, and it's time to move on. I feel a lump in my throat as I think about what to say next, and really it's me being so scared of change, although there has been so many quick things that have changed in the past 5 years. And really, I feel like this chapter of my life started when Prickly Pear was born. That is when I had this spiritual awakening that shifted my entire reality, my mindset, the way I was living, the way I was interacting with myself, with others, and really just my time, what I was devoting my time to, what I was listening to, all the things that composite, put it all together, and that's what makes us us. I focused so hard on working for so long that I did not have many friendships, not because I wasn't a good friend or because I didn't have people to see. I had so many great people that I met through Prickly Pear. However, I chose to continue to work and miss out on certain events because my priority was building a business with a strong foundation. And now that I feel as though Prickly Pear is no longer a toddler, she's really growing into a self-sufficient child in which other people who now are there to help me, and I have such an amazing team, I know that I can rely on them to let me know what is needed, to let me know, hey, we need like X amount of supplies, got it. And I'm still making sure that the back of the house is running. So being able to take a step away and back from Prickly Pear to focus on really the only things I can do there, the services only I can provide there, like permanent makeup and all the paperwork aspects of it and things like that, and being able to help Ty where needed at the laundromat or at the tobacco store and help him organize this whole new baby, because that is a baby on its own. We're getting close to a year of having it. and he's needed my help. So now that I could feel it so strongly in my chest in July that this shift needed to be made or I was going to be so unwell. And now that it's the middle of August and I've taken the step back and put my focus and energy towards other aspects of our lives, I have seen such big differences in where I've been. Energy goes where energy flows. That saying, when and where you put your time and your efforts to, you will see that change. And it's true. So I've taken the time to start decluttering even more and realizing the things that I was holding on to that do not serve me, that I've been sitting there collecting dust for years now and really just cluttering my space, cluttering my mind, that it is okay to start letting go, to start putting things away, to give my thanks, to let someone else who needs these items take them. Because you can't see or make change without doing the first steps in creating space for that change. I know that I am speaking of my house and life and my life lately and just life in general, right? But you can really take this, what I'm saying, and put it into whatever it may be that is clicking in your head right now. It can be work, it can be personal lives, it can be personal relationships, and really anything. There's been a lot of other things aside from the house that I know I want to put my energy towards. And I know that it wasn't going to be possible without really making the change to close my books and take my time where it truly is needed, my energy, taking time away from working at the studio to work in other aspects and to take care of myself. And let's talk about taking care of yourselves. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour from an empty glass, an empty pitcher, whatever it may be. You can't service others and serve others when you are feeling so depleted. I am a giver. I am a service provider. I love to show my love and affection through acts of service, acts of kindness, through my time and putting time aside to spend with those that I love and care about. Time is something that is so valuable to me because you cannot get time back. That is one thing that is forever fleeting and we cannot make more of. So choose wisely where you spend your energy, where you spend your time, who you spend it with, what you spend your time and energy doing. I realized that I had outgrown a very huge part of myself. And it doesn't mean or doesn't say that that is forever, but for this next little bit of life where I need to focus on taking care of myself. And I'm like welling up. Oh, goodness. I'm welling up in tears because I had been neglecting myself for a long time, and it doesn't mean completely. I have been, trying my very best to, of course, take care of myself, heal myself, do Reiki, meditate, journal, all the things that I continue to talk and preach about. But deep down, I know that I miss me. I miss me, and I think of teen me being in my bedroom, taking my own self-portraits, editing, and being on social media, or just having so much fun with life and creating and learning new hobbies and arts and things like that. We're so in a rush to grow up. We're so in a rush to do the next thing, but we have to remind ourselves to have the fun, to let our inner child also still have fun. And I feel like now, as I've again tried to slow down and putting my energy towards other things, one thing that has came up consistently as I journal and as I go on my walks and listen to meditation music is coming back to myself, coming back to me. Because I truly am so tired of working so hard and not being able to, put my pictures together, like the fun stuff, the showcasing of life, and even just for myself. And being able to take time to print photos or go through photos. How it took me a month to go and read my birthday cards. It's truly time for me, myself, and I hope if you are listening to this and you feel like this is striking a chord or hitting the right note, the soft spot in your heart, and you feel the same, that it's time to slow down a bit and remember who we are, who we were. Remember the fun that we want to have and what we really want to do in this life. Because again, time is not something that we can create more of. I don't want to say time is fleeting. However, it's going by so quickly. And as our lives continue to change, I know one thing that I do not want is to regret not doing anything because I didn't set the time or my energy aside to do the things I wanted to do. Now that I have made the change in my work schedule, I'm able to go see my family for certain events that I would have missed beforehand, like my grandma's 70th birthday, like my cousin's wedding. And I think about how 10 years ago, as I was in the Air Force, I missed my cousin's wedding, I missed my grandpa's birthday, like so many things, and I'm so far away from home that I refuse to miss these big events, and also refuse to miss the quality time with my niece and nephew. And now that I've made these changes, I'm able to plan trips to go see my friends abroad without it having to be 6 months to a year in advance. Through all of these changes and everything going on and how crazy my noggin feels, even though certain aspects of life have slowed down and others are changing and shifting and rearranging and things like that. That's one thing that isn't going to stop, and I know that for a fact. In these next few months, there's going to be so many changes, not only for myself, but for others, you, your loved ones, and that doesn't mean bad. I hate that people's and most people's first thought is bad, and this actually I feel like is good. So many good things are coming, but even then it's hard to accept change because we don't know exactly what it is that is going to change, but that's not always for us to know. So as time continues, as it does, it's important for us to listen to our bodies for what we need, whether it be rest or community and laughter or fun. It is so important to not neglect the things that continue to pop up over and over in our head. At the beginning of summer, I knew that something was going to shift. Something had to shift, and I didn't know what exactly that would be. And in reality, I don't know what I was imagining if I thought that I was going to not have to make the hard decision of stopping seeing clients without having to make that decision. But I was literally told that if I didn't make the decision was going to be made for me. And deep in my body and in my bones, I knew that meant either I decide to slow down or my body was going to slow down for me. Mentally, physically, the signs were there. And I did choose to ignore them and push through as long as I could. But what I mean by that is there'd be times where I would literally get so dizzy and I'd be with a client and I would have to sit down or catch my balance. And I know that if that was someone else or someone else would have told me these things or were the symptoms and signs, I would have told them to slow down. I would have told them to take a seat. I would have told them to listen to how and what their mind, body, and soul was telling them. So I'm so proud of myself for making that decision. Even though it took a little bit longer, the decision was made, and now other aspects of my life are freeing and opening up to where I can focus on taking care of myself. So as we close summer off very, very soon, in this next month, we have about a month left of summer, I want you to reflect on how your summer went, how the start of this year has been for you, because we are now getting closer to the end of the year than we are closer to the beginning. And changes are going to continue to happen as time goes on, but that doesn't mean that we have to be scared for them. So listen to your body, listen to your mind, listen to your soul, your intuition for what it needs. I feel like I've also been at a roadblock wondering what I'm supposed to be doing, if I'm doing the right thing, and almost a little confused. But on my morning walks, especially today, I have seen feathers basically light up my whole walk. And before, maybe some days it'll be one or twosies, and they say that feathers are a sign from above or loved ones or a guided path forward. And while I'm walking and I'm listening to my my frequencies and wondering, am I on the right path? That is when I know and truly feel like, yes, I am on the right path. And even if it feels like the needle isn't moving, it is, because behind the scenes, there is other things being put in place for me and for you. The other morning before my walk, I was scrolling through Instagram. Unfortunately, I try not to, but I did. And I saw this video of Disney, and I forget which movie it was, but there was a beautiful art of two cranes flying, and it was animated. And that how they took this part out of the movie, but I believe they put it back in. And it was two white cranes flying, and it was so beautiful. And that's all I thought of. I thought, wow, how pretty. Well, I go out to walk literally like less than 20 minutes later, and two white cranes are flying in the sky. I was in disbelief. Like, what are the chances of that happening? I don't know. I did look up what cranes mean, and it means harmony, or like a strong love between one another. And another thing I keep seeing is bloom. The word bloom, blooming. So all of these signs, feathers, cranes, and bloom, are big things that have been popping up within this last week. So if this triggers anyone, or maybe a sign or something, I am here to deliver it and just let you know that I too have been seeing it. But I truly do think that things are in bloom, that we are on the right path, even if we don't feel as though we are, or may feel confused as to what we need to be doing because we need to be doing more, but maybe we don't. Maybe it's sitting down that we need to do most. Because sometimes you need to slow down before you can speed up. You can't speed up with no gas. That is all I have for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode, and bear with me and my tears. I truly have missed talking to you guys, and I know that soon enough I will get the whole video thing sorted out so you guys can actually see me speak, because that has been on my list for over a year, and now it is time for me to really put the time and effort into doing so. And yeah, just a lot of big things coming. But I hope that you guys have a beautiful day. I hope you have a beautiful week. And if you are unsure what you're supposed to be doing, take a big deep breath and meditate on it, journal on it. Know that your efforts going towards the things that you want are not for no reason, and that they are moving the needle, even if we can't see it. Wishing you guys so much love and so many blessings. I hope that you found some sort of insight in this episode. Please like or share it with a loved one, and leave a review. Follow on A Magic You or Ulisa_C on Instagram. And thank you guys for being here. Okay, love you guys. Bye.